It's so quiet in here. Supersonic. 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 Using this as a mirror. Hope I'm on the right one. There's splash. Hi. Yes, I'm lighting my sage. Oh, don't I look cute? Thank you. Thank you. It's not me. It's dream.
Hi.
Hi, hey, Beth. How
Hey.
are you?
Tired.
Tired. Well, thank you for joining me tonight. I'm so excited. I have someone to talk to.
The two worst people that have conversations together, right?
Yes. Who knows what we're going to talk about, right?
Or say or do.
Yeah, I know. Why does this do this? Oh, I'm lighting my sage. Lighting my sage.
Lighting your sage.
Have you had a good week?
Somewhat. Had some difficulties at stores and stuff like that, but I'm doing better now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I called this Sip and Think chat following the rainbow.
Love it.
And our topic discussion is young, gay, and disabled.
That's me.
That is you.
Oh, God.
I still love you.
What is there not to love?
Well, you're going to tell me all about it.
But first, I want to do this. I want to do this. Sheri, I have not opened this since I've gotten it.
Oh, okay.
So, well, I've seen it, but I haven't opened it since I got it from you. But I did. I got my mug.
Woo!
I love the red. So, give me 1 second, all right?
Yeah. Oh, okay. You're putting some liquor in that BL.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Just a little.
Yeah.
I was contemplating whether or not to put some alcohol in mine, but I went with the tea. But,
oh, you have the red one too.
yeah, I do. I do. So why did you like the red?
Because you didn't have green.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Why would you? If I had green, why would you pick green?
Green's my favorite color.
Ah.
Well,
so your second choice was red.
yeah. If you would have had purple, I would have done purple instead.
I was just talking about that earlier. Just a touch of love, a little bit.
A little bit. But the red was the next, like I'm trying to keep into like the rainbow colors. Like if you look at our flag, we have the red, the yellow,
Yep.
Can't think of
we'll get into that. We got another one who likes green.
Yeah, we do.
So why is green your favorite color?
It reminds me of summer.
Okay.
Summer's when my birthday is, so party on, green. And I had a fetish with aliens growing up.
Oh.
And of course, aliens are like a alien green. How can I tell? Like
heart chakra. Okay, great. Renewal and growth. Awesome. See, we always learn something that we never knew.
And then like 5 years ago, I owned a This was really gay. I'm using the terminology gay. I owned
Mhm.
a Volkswagen Beetle
Yeah.
alien green.
My gay aunts had a convertible Volkswagen Beetle, and they named her Peppermint Patty
Oh, how cute.
from Charlie Brown.
From Charlie Brown.
Yep.
My cousin,
So
my couches are green. What color green? Because if it's the color green that I'm thinking of in my head, because I remember my grandmother's green ugly couch, that
yeah,
was horrid. Do you remember the old ones, Sherry? The
this is
old
from the
big,
70s.
yeah, the big green couches.
So that's what green represented to you, but I didn't have green in the mug, so you chose the red. So I'm going to focus on giving a little information about the red in this particular instance with the
Hits
mug.
your background, your curtains, or whatever you have in the background. Everything's red with you, girl.
Yeah, it's red with some monster trucks that I made for my kids. So of course, I always look up what color means, and colors can mean different things. It really is what resonates with you. So here it just says, since red is the color of blood, it has historically been associated with sacrifice, danger, and courage, but most commonly associated with heat, activity, passion, sexuality, anger, love, and joy.
Yeah, what kind of heat? Sexual heat, right?
So then, because we are doing the rainbow red, or the rainbow Envision Dream mug with the red trim, a rainbow, when looked up, is a symbol of faith and hope. The rainbow is sometimes used to symbolize moments and movements of social change, a symbol of an ongoing desire for peace.
Yeah, that is pretty much what the rainbow stands for the gay community.
Right, right. I have more information regarding the rainbow if you would like me to continue, or would you like to just start talking about your topic? Young, gay,
Well,
and single.
this is your show, so whatever you want to do.
Well, first I wanted to say everything that you post, especially with your TikToks and stuff, you promote the gay community a lot.
Yeah.
You always make sure to let people know I'm part of the gay community and I'm proud of it. And I love you for that. I really, really do. My question to you, because I was thinking about this, do you feel you're more open with your gayness now versus when you were younger?
Well, come on, Sherry. You knew me when I was 19 years old.
But other people on here haven't.
But yes, I'm more open now than I was. I'm 34 when I was in my teens. But while I was in my teens, we were also fighting for our rights, like in front of City Hall, like picket signs, you name it. So, and people were getting beat up. I got beat up. I got hate crimes on me, I wasn't, now that I started changing roughly when I got into my 2025.
Changing in which way?
The way that I was going to be who I was, and if you wanted to come after me, I wasn't going to curl up into a little ball no more. You're going to get it back, kind of ordeal.
Right. Now, let me ask you, when did you know you were gay? And if I get too personal, you can say I plead the fifth or I don't want to answer. It's fine.
Oh, that's fine. I kind of always had a thing for guys. I could never once, I can't say that I'm not attracted to women.
Mm-hmm.
And if I get too nasty, tell me. Okay.
That's okay.
Or no offense. But,
okay.
How can I say this? I do have a gonna be soon 15-year-old son.
Yep.
So it's not like I haven't. It was an oops. I tried it, just try to please my dad with my son, but I want to give my son up for the world.
Right. Now, does your son knows you're gay?
Yes.
And he's okay with it?
Oh, all depends what his mother sticks in his head.
Okay.
It's one of them circumstances.
Uh-huh.
But to go along with it, yeah, I've always been towards the guys.
But my thing to you is a lot of people that I know, not now, I'm saying back in like high school, some didn't know if they were or if they weren't, and then some were afraid to come out of the closet, let's say.
It's not so much. I wouldn't say I wasn't. There were certain people that I did not come out of the closet to.
Mm-hmm.
Like one was my father. That was a no-no. My mom, yeah. I told my mom. I told the other ironic thing, I'm the baby out of my boys, and I have 7 older sisters. So come on.
Wow.
The tree doesn't fall very far. The apple doesn't fall very far from the tree.
Right.
So my sisters knew. But it was a no-no to tell my father until I got out of the house pretty much at 18.
And how is your relationship with your dad now? Does it seem good?
Oh, it's better than it is with my biological mother.
Oh, that's
my
awesome.
biological mother's, see you next Tuesday, sweetly. So, but my father, well, that's a longer story. But when I told him out, he just said, you are who you are. I love you. You're my son. No matter what, I'm there.
So that must have gave you some sigh of relief that he was accepting you for who you were.
Yeah, but I was scared. Like I was literally almost shitting my pants when I told him because my father's the kind of hit first, talk later kind of deal. Because I thought if I told him, he was going to knock me on my ass. And I'm like, I just got to the point, well, I just better tell him and get the knocking on the ass done and over with.
Did you feel like you had more confidence in yourself knowing that your father supported you?
Not so much. It was more like I had more confidence knowing that because you have to realize I have 7 older sisters. I'm my sister's baby brother.
Yeah.
What do you think happens when either come on, you have a baby brother, don't you?
Yes, I do.
What happens when he calls you and says, this happens and he needs you? Big sissy's on her way with a baseball bat.
Oh, yeah.
So it wasn't more fear or anything. It was the point I was tired of holding the secret, like not being able to bring any of my guy friends around, or it felt like I was lying to him, not like everybody else knew and everybody else was keeping the secret So it was the point of being like, okay, getting it out in the open, letting him know, not feeling like I have to lie to him. Like lying's lying no matter what.
Right.
This part I wouldn't think would be a lie. I was trying to prevent him from being disappointed, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like, oh, did you steal this pack of cigarettes? Oh, no, I didn't, but yes, I did. This was, how can I tell my father that I'm not having any more kids on my side that carry his last name kind of ordeal.
Okay.
Which I did, but this was before I came out and before I did what I did with. My father says she looked like a dude anyway, so that will fit perfect.
At least he had a sense of humor.
But growing up, mostly because I was out in school in primary.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think I came out in 7th grade.
That's a tough time because kids are going through puberty.
Yeah, but I always knew though. I'm like, come on. It's like some people have like try to hide it from themselves. I grew up like in and out of foster homes. So I got taken away from my father. Like I would go to my father's on weekends, but I was in a foster home because my father was a raging alcoholic for once. My mother, when I was I want to say 6 months old, locked us in a closet and took off to Arizona. You know, so I was dealing with all that stuff. So I really didn't care. At that point, I really didn't care. You know,
You'd think obviously that other stuff was more like the devastating stuff.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I did get expelled from school for hitting, like, you remember those old padlocks with the combinations that we had on our lockers?
Yeah.
Well, don't be a dude and call me a faggot when we're at our lockers and I have one of those in my hands. You know what happened? I put it in my fist and I punched him, and I came this close of hitting him in his pupil, which I felt really bad by, but my anger got the best of me that day, and he was the one that got it brunt. Because I can take being called that to a certain point.
So what can you be called besides Timmy?
Honey, darling, sweetheart. I'm a happily homosexual man, gay. Don't call me a faggot. Don't call me a queer, and we're perfectly set. You know?
Now, I'm going to ask you this question, right? With your community, do you feel that others feel the same way in regards to those terminologies?
Well, you're part of my community, so what do you think?
Well, no, I call you whatever I call you because I know you, but like I always call you, hey baby, sweetie, boo boo.
Yeah. Well, I shouldn't. My community. I'm not really part of this community here because I just barely moved back to Rhode Island. So this community is mostly all family community right now for me.
Right.
You know, and especially I haven't been able to get out ever since my stroke. You know, I go to family functions, which I'm with family that when I need help getting up, well, you know about help getting me up out of a chair that I can't get out of. But you know, stuff like that. So I'm not really out of the community into the wanting to get into the gay community here yet. I'm ready to do it, but my body physically is not ready to get out there and doing it.
So yeah, let's touch upon the disabled part. So you said you had a stroke.
I had a stroke on December. It's going to be a year this December 10th. Yeah, I never have a stroke. I don't remember it. Like that full 3-day period, I can't remember at all. It took my whole left side, which
that's the right part of the brain.
Yeah, pretty much. So what happened is I had the droopy face, the arm, my hand was like this up into my thing, all seized up. I couldn't speak. Everything was in jumbles. Yeah, when you want to try to talk really fast, you mumble kind of ordeal. You don't understand what I'm saying. Stuff like that. Slurring the words, and scared my husband half to death.
I was going to ask if you were by yourself when it happened.
Oh no, Joe was there with me. Thank God, it scared him to death. He called 911. There was 4 ambulances that showed up. There was tons of half the people. I was half naked too. I was in boxers in bed.
But you were still dressed.
I was still dressed.
Did you need a bra?
Yeah, maybe. But I'm saying this was all people that I knew because I was part of the volunteer fire department, part of the EMT, the volunteer EMT.
Oh, okay. So
they came. They came, and it was all these people that I knew that seen me completely, almost naked. So embarrassed about that afterwards because I didn't care about it for 3 days, and then I'm like, oh shit, everybody saw me naked. I'm not showing my face around town anymore. But I was in the hospital for 2 days. I got the first thing to come back was my face and my speech. Thank God. I'm already horrible to look at as it is. Imagine if I.
No, you're not.
Oh, self-confidence is not on my picture priority right now. Then it came back. Oh, yeah. So my speech came back first, and then my arm and my leg was done. They wanted, still couldn't move it. They wanted to give me a drug that would clear out a blood clot.
Mm-hmm.
through my IV. I was not in the right frame of mind. Thank God Joe was there, because I was still groggy. I didn't quite know where I was. Well,
Mm-hmm.
this thing, if you do not have a blood clot,
Mm-hmm.
it will cause brain bleeding.
Right.
Once you get brain bleeding, you're done. It'd kill me.
Mm-hmm.
So Joe made the tough decision, saying, no, I don't want to take, even if he had a blood clot, I'm not taking the chance of giving him this drug. Because if it doesn't have a blood clot, because it goes straight to the clot and dissolves it, if I
Mm-hmm.
didn't have one, it'd go straight to the brain and kill me.
Right.
So he said no to that. Probably about 7, 8 hours later, I started getting my hand movement back. Then I don't know how long after that, I got my leg back.
One leg, right?
one leg. But the side effects of having one of the strokes, even though, yes, you're weak and stuff like that, pins and needles.
Mm.
You know how it feels when you lie on your side of one and then you shake it when
Mm-hmm.
it's falling asleep? Well, that's what my left side feels like 24/7.
The entire side from the head down to the toes?
From the shoulders down.
Yep.
So that's what it feels like. So I've gotten used to it.
Mm-hmm.
This past probably the past month, my right side's been doing it. I went and got I told my doctor about it. Went and had an MRI done.
Mm-hmm.
I have I had an MRI of my top of my spine.
Mm-hmm.
My spine's decaying.
Yep.
Around where there's little pockets in your spinal cord that have the nerves go through it.
Yep.
They have the nerves go through it. No, well, those little holes that the nerves go through.
Mm-hmm.
I just saw myself doing that.
I know you're being nasty right now, but you're also trying to explain. It's okay.
But going through those round, all that's decaying. There's no fixing to it. The pain's either gonna get worse, gonna get.
So let me ask you: in your spine, are the discs decaying, and so that they're compressing, or no?
No, it's just those round circles that your veins go through. I mean, your veins.
I wish I had my X-ray when I had my neck surgery, and they showed the back. Like you can see the particles going down the brain stream.
So your spine's like this. If you look at the spine, if you ever took anatomy or anything like that, well, yeah, you're in the healthcare field. You must have took anatomy of some sort.
I'm not a nurse, though. I'm just going by what you're saying.
I am. I was, I should say. But in the spine, if you look at it, you look in the center of the spine, you'll see little tiny holes all through the spine.
Okay.
Those little holes, nerves go through.
Okay.
My little holes are decaying, so all of it's falling. Like, they're not, my discs are fine. It's just decaying. So at one point, I'm like, this keeps going down. Like, how if you're in a freaking cave and it starts decaying, it's going to crumble down.
Right.
So there's no fixing to it. There's no surgery, my doctor said. If the pain starts getting to the point, they're going to put me on meds for pain management, blah, 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 blah. End of discussion. So that's what's causing it. I'm like, I couldn't tell if this side's doing it because it's already numb. What started scaring me is when my right side started doing it.
Right.
I already walk with a cane. I walk
with the cane too.
Oh, hell yeah. But I got a new cane the other day, okay? This is kind of cool.
Oh, look at you. You got nunchucks.
Oh, honey, this would hurt if somebody came after me. And instead of having a
I started thinking about you fighting somebody with your cane.
It has a wood handle instead of a little clothy thing. This fucker hurts ass Joe.
Is that a sexual thing too?
No. So, and then I just went, and then, so there's my part with my disabled. So, but I need to tell you what happened the other day because it really pissed me off. I just barely got because I just got a new car, as you know, you saw it the other day. I went and got my plates, got my handicap placard, and all that stuff from the DMV. Of course, go to Walmart, put my handicap placard in my window, and park my car in the handicap spot.
Mm-hmm.
Go in, do my business, and everything like that. When I come out, what's sitting right behind me? A cop and another lady saying, that kid's not, saying I'm not disabled. So what do? Thank God they give you a little registration for your handicap placard, and it matches my license number on my license.
Wow.
But so I was fine, but boy, didn't they feel like assholes.
Do you feel like you get that a lot, or
I get that a lot? Like I can walk, but I can't walk for long distances.
Mm-hmm.
Distance, slow pace. If I'm at a constant pace, I can go for a little bit. But if I'm going like at the store and walking and standing in one spot or something like that, can't do that for very long.
What did they say once you showed them your information?
Sorry, the officers was sorry to bother you. And then I got from the other people a roll of the eyes. Only because I look like this and I'm not hunched over or anything like that. You don't know what's going on physically inside. My body might look perfectly normal. I'm walking with a cane. Yeah, but somebody that's not disabled could be walking with a cane because of something else.
Why they say you can't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah, and what happens assuming's like assholes, everybody got one kind of ordeal in my thought. But and then people look at you differently. Like I used to get into the carriages and do my shopping in Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
And I had an old man, you don't need that. You're not disabled. I go, I had a stroke in December. You want to tell my doctor I'm not disabled? Maybe she'll send me back to work. I was without income for a year. Why would I want to put myself through that? I worked every single day of my life. Everything I have, I bought myself kind of ordeal,
So do you have fun with it now every time they kind of say something to you, or?
It still pisses me off because they're judgmental assholes. I'm not a judgmental type of person at all.
Well, it's hard enough feeling like, one, this happened to me. I'm not the same person physically that I used to be, and somewhat mentally, because now it's affecting my psyche. And it's like, now I got you coming at me telling me, oh, I'm just like out here gallivanting in a friggin' scooter just to be an asshole.
Yeah, exactly. Like, don't get me wrong. Before, when I was younger, I used to run into Walmart being like, if there's one ready, I'm going to go grab it because I want to ride up and down the aisles in it. But, as I got older, it was like, no, people that really need it and got into the medical field, people that really need it.
Yeah.
But I just don't like judgmental people.
So do you feel you've been judged your whole life?
Yeah. 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 If it's not for my disability, it's for my being homosexual.
So let me ask you something. When you were in the hospital and Joe had to make those decisions for you, I'm thinking about previously, like whether you're gay or not gay. If it's your partner, do you have to be legally married, like, to make that decision?
Joe was ever since we got together, Joe's been on my doc, you know how you have that one person emergency contact for the hospital person?
Oh, gotcha. Yep.
Joe's always been that person. Joe makes the decisions. Joe's all that. Even before we're not civil union or married yet. I've been with him for going on 16 years.
So that's common law.
Common law. We are going to get married hopefully in the next year.
Mm-hmm.
Because he asked me last December after my stroke to marry him. So I said, yes, finally. Finally. He said no all the other times, you know, for the past 16 years. And finally, after my stroke, he goes, oh, yeah. Do you want to marry? You want to get married? Sure. Why not? Dickhead.
Well, my aunts, when they were gay, legally for them to get married,
When they
had
were
to be
gay, they're not gay no more?
Well, one's passed away, and the other one's like 83.
That doesn't mean she's not gay no more.
She's still gay.
Okay.
she's very big in the gay community. Very, very big.
Here in Rhode Island?
Rhode Island and New York.
Wow.
Which is funny because if I start reading to you what I looked up and researched, one of my questions was, my aunt was there at that time, so now I have something to talk to her about and learn more about. So what I did for today was I kind of wanted to follow the rainbow. Okay? So I have my rainbow. I have my rainbow Envision dream on, and then I have my Pride rainbow head wrap, right?
Come
and
on,
I have my rainbow Envision dream mug, right? So I figured, all right, since we're all about following the rainbow today, Pride Month is June to mark the Stonewall riots, also referred to as the Stonewall Uprising or the Stonewall Rebellion, which were a series of spontaneous demonstrations by members of the gay community in response to a police raid that began in the early morning hours of June 28, 1969.
You want to know where that raid was?
Greenwich Village.
Yep.
At the Stonewall Inn
Yep.
in Manhattan.
Yep.
My aunt lived there around then, so I'm curious to know around that.
They used to go in literally like bars, like gay bars like that back then. Because I also have a gay uncle that's he's got long gone past too. But he used to tell me they used to literally, the bar owners would actually pay the police not to come raid the bar, the gay bars. And the bars literally, there was a lesbian couple to every gay couple. They were told if they hear a bell going off, like that the bartender has in the back, had a bell, to get man and woman.
Gotcha.
Did that work? The cops already knew it was so it really
well,
didn't.
The Stonewall Inn was actually owned by the mafia.
Ooh la la.
So what happened was they kept doing these raids, and on June 28th, they fought back. And so the year later, in 1970, in June of 1970, that's when they started their parades each year in June, right? And they started their movement. So to further on with this, an artist by the name of Gilbert Baker designed the first rainbow flag in 1978.
Holy shit.
So about
See,
9 years later. Yeah, I told you, you're going to learn something you never knew. He was an openly gay man and a drag queen.
I love drag queens, just not the flamboyant kind. The flamboyant kind, I'll punch you in the face.
So I'll teach you a little bit more. Baker was actually urged by Harvey Milk, one of the first openly gay elected officials in the United States, to create a symbol of pride for the gay community. The reason they chose the flag as a symbol was because Baker saw them as the most powerful symbol of pride at that time. In an interview later on, Baker said, "Our job as gay people was to come out, to be visible, to live in truth, as I say, to get out of the lie." To him, a flag really fit that mission because that's a way of proclaiming your visibility and saying, "This is who I am." I was like getting all like goosebumps. I was like, "Oh, I love that." So, of course, I go even further, right? So Baker looked at the rainbow as a natural flag from the sky. Because you know how the rainbow
After it
goes
rains.
from one end of the earth to the other.
Yep.
And that was a symbol that God had given to Noah from the Noah's Ark and telling the people, "I won't flood the earth again."
Yep.
Which is a sign of hope, right? Which read, I'm like, so it's red, so the rainbow, the sign of hope. Okay, so using a symbol with such a dark and painful past, as in the discrimination, fighting for your rights, being able to be gay out in the open, not having to live a lie, the raids, it was never an option for Baker. So instead, he opted to use a rainbow as his inspiration. So he didn't want to use the darkness and the pain to be a symbol of inspiration. He wanted to use the rainbow, which is the symbol of hope.
Yeah, but what do you get before even reading that? What do you get when you see, like, I do this today because if you, like, even driving from where I live, going by URI campus, there's a church that always has a rainbow flag in it, like flying. What is it? It just puts a smile on your face. Like, you're not seeing a regular flag, you're seeing a beautiful, bright, colorful object. And who doesn't like a humongous, beautiful object, colorful object, you know? And for me, I smile each time I see one because I'm like, 15 years ago, we wouldn't see this now.
Right.
You know, and same thing with driving by and seeing the signs that saying all lives matter, equality matters, you know, black, you know, all the signs that are people's lawns now. With that, it's like if for an instance with I don't know if I posted this TikTok. It really pissed me off. I'm not racist. I'm not nothing. I'm like, how can I be? I'm gay. I can't. I'm not one to be racist.
Right.
But there was this black woman saying being gay. I think you might have commented on this TikTok. Gay was not against the Bible, against the Christian word, against all this stuff. And I'm like, and my response to her was, but she supports Black Lives Matter. And I go, well, if you look at gays and you look at the Black Lives Matter, they're kind of up there the same way, you know? We've gotten beaten, killed. Black people's gotten beaten and killed, having to fight for their rights like they're doing now, and we have to fight for our rights for equality just as much as they have to fight for their rights for equality. So I'm putting it on the scale of, we're on the same equal scale right there. The gay community, Black Lives Matter, we're right there with you because they're looking for equality just as well as the gay, lesbian, transgender are as well. So, and I said that, I told her that, and I'm like, she is like in her maybe 80s, 90s, so she's stuck in the old ways, maybe. I wanted to give her a benefit of the doubt. Wasn't being rude. I was always told to respect my elders.
Right.
But It's just the ignorancy. It's 2020. You watch the news.
Well, if everyone thought the same, there would be no reason for us to learn, and there would be no reason for, fighting for something. Life would actually be boring.
Mm-hmm.
My response to her might have been something more like, this also affects Black Lives Matters because we have people who are gay, transgender, and lesbian who are of your descendants.
Yeah. So it's like, and then I just got off from it because I'm like, like I was thinking, I'm like, people in around her age, because she was an older woman, are probably stuck in their hate, like our parents are stuck in the, or grandparents are stuck in the way that they were born, kind of, or how they were brought up. They're stuck in the past, or I don't know what the terminology is called on that, but
they haven't broken the cycle yet.
Yeah, exactly. Some families will, some families won't,
I mean,
can say this. I'd rather go to a Black church than a white church any day. You want to know why? Because they have some awesome fucking music. Well, they do. I used to have a client when I was doing nursing, and I would go to the church with them every single Sunday. Sunday. It was awesome. I miss that. I wonder no, he's probably dead. He was in his freaking 80s and that was almost 10, 15 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, sometimes
it's just being open-minded. There's a lot of closed-minded people out there.
Yes, very. Sheri, are you a closed-minded person?
Certain things. Certain things. At least
she's open to try everything just once, people.
I'm not answering that. I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth. But let me finish here. So first, Baker adopted 8 colors for the stripes of the flag. So each color had its own meaning with the flag. So originally in 1978, you had hot pink for sex, red for life, orange for healing, yellow for sunlight, green for nature, turquoise for art, indigo for harmony, and violet for spirit. And
what color for horniness?
I'm almost done with my teaching. So.
I want to know what color for horny.
Red.
Oh, red.
So the first versions of the rainbow flag were flown on June 25th, 1978 for the San Francisco Gay Freedom Parade. Now, because of productions, pink and turquoise were removed from your flag, and indigo was replaced with blue, making the flag only 6 stripes. So the various colors came to reflect both immense diversity and the unity of the LGBTQ community. Immense diversity. Immense. Look it up. So then I kept looking at it and I said, interesting enough, the rainbow flag was not truly established as a symbol for the LGBTQ community until 1994. So from 1978 to 1994, that's how long it took for that flag to be established as a symbol for that community.
And it took a lot of fighting. A lot of fighting.
Yep. I
grew up in the 90s. I know all that. I grew up in the 90s.
Well, you have all these, you always putting the rainbows up and stuff like that. Now, the rainbow has different meanings for different people, but because we were doing young, gay, and disabled,
Yeah.
I wanted to focus on the rainbow flag for the gay community. So that's where I went with that, my research on that. And I learned something I didn't know.
Oh, about the bar with your aunt being there?
Well, no, I got to ask her if she was there. Because she lived there at that time. Because it wasn't acceptable for her to be gay.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't acceptable at that time. And so I've asked her some questions, and I always look to her for strength and inspiration and courage, and even when I'm talking.
Is she the kind of aunt that you could ask her for any question, though?
I could ask her any question.
Then freaking ask her any question.
I can ask her any question.
Then hammer them on her. Okay, now that I want to know something, if you know this. Okay, I just recently, because I had it on my old car, I had to go request a new one. Have you seen the squares with the equal signs in them?
The square with
it's a blue square with a yellow equal sign in it.
No.
Seriously?
I've been here, home, work.
You'll see them on people's cars. There's tons of people that have them.
Apparently, I'm not looking when I'm driving.
Okay. Well, that is also one of the gay people signs. It's for support, you have to be, it's part of the gay community. And it's part of, I donate to this, I call it Outright because they keep changing the freaking names. Before it was Outright, coming out, being out. But equal rights for gay and lesbians, I donate $5 a month to it. But it gives you an equal sign with it's blue with yellow equal sign in the middle of it. So equal rights.
Mm-hmm.
That's another thing that the gay community came up with. And you'll see them. I saw them in Vermont. I see them here driving around. I put one on my brand new car, that I just got.
Do you know who created it?
What? I don't know who created it. I might go and look up and find that out. But that's another thing. There's so many things out there, like the flag, like this equal sign that people have on their cars. Like even my sister-in-law Nancy has an equal sign on her car.
Mm-hmm.
Hers is worn out because she's had that on her car for probably as old as her car is. But and it shows the support when people see it that don't have one or that are in the closet. Oh, look, we know what that sign means, but look how many people are driving, that have it, kind of ordeal. But yeah, that was one thing that I actually got in the mail yesterday, and I recently put on my car today. So I'm I try showing my support any way I can right now until I get back out there. More of my support was in Vermont. I volunteered for Outright Vermont, which is the biggest organization for gays, lesbian, transgenders, bisexuals, you name it, located in Burlington, Vermont. And that's where I fought for on City Hall. The governor's, actually, we even picketed in front of the governor's house, kind of, and I did that. It was in the 90s, I was in my mid to late teens, and I wanted to fight.
You're from Vermont, right?
Yes, I am. But Vermont was the first state ever, one of the first states ever to allow same-sex marriages and civil unions. Did you know that?
No, I did not. See, you taught me something I never knew.
Vermont was one of the first states to allow civil unions, was the first state to allow same-sex marriages. That legal marriages. And then all the other states aligned suit after that. It was just like they need to. It feels like all stuff like that. They need to see one person doing it, and then other places knowing that it's the right thing to do, they'll follow in line.
Is there a huge community in Vermont?
Oh hell yeah! Yes, of course, Gay Pride's the same day everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But Gay Pride, the gay headquarters is in Burlington. You know, the Gay Pride parade they have in the city of Burlington, right in the water park, which is so beautiful. We get bands and everything all day. It's an all day event, and fireworks at night. Our fireworks are way better than the 4th of July fireworks.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, well, we have the 4th of July fireworks here.
But I'm just saying, like, watching our fireworks and compared to the 4th of July fireworks,
yeah,
ours are so way much better.
So, being part of that group in Vermont, are you still, I mean, everything's pretty much done virtually now. Are you still able to stay a part of it, or?
Not really. I kind of stepped out of my role there. I'm more on hands than like what we're doing. Like if we were doing this and it wasn't COVID-19, I'd be girl, put 2 chairs together and we're sitting talking face. One of the old TV shows where you have one person right there, kidney corner chairs, and you sit there and talk. But I'm going to try to get involved of it around here. I don't know. I don't want to go to travel all the way to Providence. And
no, but I'm sure they have something virtually.
Probably. But like I said, I'm more hands-on.
You're still also recovering.
Yeah, I know.
Did they say with the strokes if you're going to have, like, if they, usually when you have one, sometimes they repeat?
Yes, they're worried about that. Like, I was on a diet. Before my stroke, I weighed 149 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
After my stroke and through the pandemic, got all the way up to 202 pounds. You wanted to say how depressed I was once I stepped on the scale? I went, and then we went on to the Atkins diet, me and my sister-in-law, Nancy. Went on Atkins. I went all the way down to 188. My doctor does not want me on that because I have heart condition. Because
cholesterol.
I already had a stroke. Do you want a clogged artery again? And let it go boost? So
do you have to take Bayer aspirin daily?
I'm already on blood thinners, so no. The only reason why you take a Bayer aspirin is to thin out your blood, and pretty much is all the reason why, to prevent blood clots from making you have a heart attack. I'm already on blood thinners. I don't take one.
So you're on cholesterol medication and you're on blood thinners
and all that stuff. So. And being on blood thinner for a year, that happens. I lost from the blood being on them. It made all my teeth are all loose. Sheri's like, I can't believe he just took out his teeth. But it makes your roots weak, makes all that, and like most of the people in my family were or have been on blood thinners that have lost all their teeth. So it's only a matter of time. But yeah. I think she did say something about taking me off from it. Because she thinks I'm in the clear. All my test results came back good, but there's always a thing. So I have an appointment with a nutritionist. Okay. My sister-in-law, we all know Nancy. Once Nancy gets her head and mind on something, you're going to do it. So I got an appointment with a nutritionist.
You can't tell Mama Nancy no.
Yeah, but I love her. She's my sister-in-law, but so I said it. I asked my doctor about that. So I have next Friday. I have I'm meeting a nutritionist.
Okay.
They stopped my physical therapy because I'm at my peak. I'm not going to get any better. I can get worse, but I'm at my peak. Like where you see where I'm walking with the cane and walking doing that stuff. That's me. I'm not getting any better. I've come with that terminology. When talking with the doctor, with the physical therapist, I'm at my peak.
You should
They
go hiking.
They with a cane.
Yeah, my dad did. My dad had 7 strokes, honey. And
Can
not
I
for
go?
nothing. After his first 2 strokes, right? He also had back surgery because his back, the bottom of his spine was compressing. So he
Ooh.
couldn't walk. And so his first stroke affected his left brain, and his second stroke affected his right brain. My dad had a cane, and he would walk from my house to the bus stop, get on the bus, go to North Kingstown where my sister was, and stay, like, so he would like bounce back and forth. But then as he got better because he was walking and he was going up the hill, he went to Benny's, which was his favorite place, and he got a bicycle. And he started riding the bike. And then so my dad would ride the bike, had a cane in the basket, to the bus stop, go to the bus stop, put his bike on front of the bus, the ripped bus, and take the bus to my sister's, and everyone would be like,
How was his balance? How was his balance after a stroke?
Horrible.
Like my balance is still way off. Like, how did he manage to ride a bike after having a stroke?
Because he started walking with the cane, and he would walk like 3 miles a day. My dad had a very high tolerance for pain.
Oh, I have a high tolerance, but not. I walked 2 miles with Nancy on a bike path, but my balance is still fucked. You know, it's like only way you seeing this ass get on a bike is if it has 1 wheel in the front and 2 wheels on the back with a basket in the back of it.
It would be interesting to get you on one of those double bikes.
Only if we have somebody that's really strong in the front.
I went horseback riding with my dad.
I love horseback riding.
His leg was stiff from the stroke. And I was like, well, Dad, do you want me to help get you on the horse? Like, I took my dad horseback riding, biking, like, because I was like, no, you're not going to let this take over you. You're going to take over this. But eventually, because he didn't take his blood thinners and his cholesterol medicine, and he had diabetes.
I went last time, well, 2 times ago, I was borderline diabetic. I just barely got my test results back. I'm in the clear.
That's awesome.
I'm like, oh my God. So I didn't tell Joe. And then my sister-in-law opened up her mouth and told Joe I was borderline diabetic from my test results. And then I had to show him my other test results saying my test results came back fine. But that was the first set of blood work that I had since my stroke. So
what about swimming? Swimming does good for, like, because
I did. I went into the ocean lots of times. Going in and hopping on one leg and trying to get my balance in the ocean, harder than especially at Narragansett when the waves are coming in.
Mm-hmm.
But swimming, I'm good. I feel weightless.
Yeah.
Weightless, but coming out of it, I knocked down Nancy like tons of times because it feels like I have what's that vertigo. Like everything's spinning and everything's like, because I'm trying to.
How's your hearing?
How's my hearing? My hearing's fine.
I'm just asking. You talk about balance, so sometimes when our hearing starts to go, our
oh no, my hearing. It has to do with like because I'm still favoring my right side more than my left. Mm-hmm. So my balance has to do, and the pins and needles, like when I'm stepping on one side, on my left side for a certain amount of time, feels like my foot's gonna go explode.
Does it feel heavy? I know you said it feels like pins and needles.
It feels like when I'm doing my exercises, I'm trying to think. I'm like trying to lift it up. Yeah, my leg feels heavy when I lift it up. But when I'm stepping, like I said, the pressure of feeling the pins and needles, it makes it feel like going boom. Like there goes Timmy's foot exploding and guts and blood is going all over the place.
Do you smoke weed? Take edibles?
Honey, I got some cookies that will knock you on your ass.
Are those Joseph cookies?
You gotta love my nephew.
You know, I was his babysitter.
Oh, honey, we know you were a lot of other things too for a lot of us too. I got stories.
Stories? What was I?
You're not innocent, girl. Remember what we said the other
I
day?
told you I plead the fifth.
Remember what we said? Come to the gay men in the family. Sheri is a bad influence. Right? Is Jen still in here? Jen can agree to this.
Jen's my manager. She's like a bad influence on me to be a bad influence on you. But my whole point was,
oh wait,
if I'm a bad I must be a bad influence.
She's a bad influence too.
I was Joseph's babysitter.
Jen's a bad influence too. I don't think she's in here. Is she in here still?
She probably is, and she's laughing at us right now, being like, "You idiots."
Hi, guys. Oh, yeah, there she is. Jen's a bad influence too, because we can say stories of times that we went to a certain casino and certain places too.
She's my manager.
Sheri, I think it's the other way around. I think you were her manager.
No.
No.
Jen and I, when we get in a groove, we get in a groove.
Yeah.
She said, "Not me." Jen, I have my heart earrings on tonight.
Let's just say this, okay? I was 18 years old, and I couldn't. Wait, should I say this? No, I'm not going to say it, actually. I'll say it when we're together. All three of us are together again. Not on air.
Since you met me at 18-year-old, have I inspired you at all?
I am the bitch I am today because of Sheri and Jen. Oh. But my inspiration comes from you guys for a different thing. Because if you think about it, when we went to bars or something like that, we weren't scared. Like, I weren't scared. Joseph wasn't scared. I weren't scared because we had you guys to back us up if anything did come out, you know? So it's like, it's not more inspiration. It's more of, oh, there are protectors and vice versa. Okay, leave this guy away from me. Cock block me, please.
We're your cock blockers.
Or vice versa when you cock block us, but that's besides the point.
You better add more to that cock. Better bring your ass to the store with that.
I don't go store. Wait.
Look at all these pussycats.
I don't need to go to the store. First, no pun intended, but for somebody that doesn't like pussies, we have 8 of them.
Ooh, I don't like pussy?
I said for somebody that doesn't like pussy, we have 8 of them. This is my.
I got it. Which one is that one?
That's Dinky. Dinky. And the black one was my mother-in-law's Blackie. The blonde one's over there, his buddy.
Now, are those some of your mother-in-law's cats too?
The one that I just had in my arms is mine. The blonde one's mine. My mother has three tigers, one black cat. We have two yellows, our calico, and a tiger cat.
I was going to say tigers. What is she, Karen?
I wish she was.
Karen or Carol Baskin, whichever one it was.
Carol Baskin. It's
Baskin.
Carol Baskin.
I didn't even watch The Tiger King.
Me neither.
I wasn't into it. Recently, I watched Zero Fucks Given. That was cute. I watched that one.
Get out of my cup. Come on now.
And then I watched Brewster's Millions last night. Have you ever heard of Brewster's Millions?
You should. I should what?
Watch The Tiger King.
Oh, really? I don't like Carol Baskin. Really don't.
So
Her voice is annoying.
You have to watch Brewster's Millions.
Brewster's Millions.
Then what we did was we were talking about it. If you had $30 million that you needed to spend in 30 days without having any cars, any jewelry, any assets on the 30th day, what would you do, especially during a pandemic? But on the 30th day, you have to be penniless and only have the clothes that are on your back.
What would you do the first day you got the 30,000?
What would you do with the money to get rid of it in 30 days during a restrictive COVID pandemic? And you can't have any assets.
Get all my bitches and hoes together and have a big drunken party.
And you think that would get rid of $30 million?
30 million?
Yes.
Oh, I'd buy a great big house, load it all up with full of stuff, and then I'd blow the fucker up.
You can't buy a house. You can't buy any assets.
But I'd blow it up, so how would that be an asset?
Because you would probably have to insure it if you bought a house.
I'd cancel the insurance. Oh, or I'd rent a boat.
Okay.
And then I'd drop it in the middle of the ocean.
No, they have to account for all the money.
Oh. Buy it all in food?
$30 million in food?
You'd be eating like a king. I'd rent a hotel room, the most expensive hotel room that costs $1 million a night.
Okay.
There's 30 million right there.
How do you figure that?
30 days, $1 million a night. Oh wait.
But is there logically?
You can't spend that much money in 30 days.
You'd rent a villa in Greece? Jen, don't worry. We said we would travel the world and bring all of our friends. So even if we had to quarantine in another country for a week or two. The problem is with Brewster's Millions in the movie, he can't even tell his friends.
Oh, shit. I stole it. Let's go.
Because if he spends it all on the 30th day and is penniless with just the stuff on his back, his clothes on his back, he gets an inheritance of $300 million.
Can you give the money away to charity?
I believe 5%.
Okay, so we gave 5% away for charity.
A lot of lobster rolls.
Yeah, a lot of lobster rolls, a lot of liquor. And I'd rent a whole ship, casino ship, put all my family on it, and a lot of them and make the lotto machines set to nobody winning. What? You could blow through a lot of money.
I just thought it was interesting, so I was like, oh, well, I was trying to figure this out last night while I was watching the movie, which I've seen it multiple times, but last night it just was like, this would be an interesting concept, and so I started thinking about it.
Or give $1 to 1 million people. Or 3 million or
30 million.
30 million people, give $1 to.
Why just $1? You could give them $100.
Yeah, there you go, $100. But no, because that would be considered charity.
Right.
There's too many rules. You're right, Jen. Too many rules. Too many rules. Girl.
What?
Are you sure you don't have any liquor to put in that tea?
I do. It's out in my trunk. I got a case of Loyals.
You got a case of what?
Loyals.
I'm talking about liquor to put in your tea.
I don't really I'm weird. When it comes to liquor, I can only drink certain kinds of liquor. When I drink liquor that I don't normally drink, it's just a bad scene. My stomach doesn't hold it.
We all know that. Tequila doesn't hold the stomach either.
Jen knows because
Did you throw up at her birthday party?
No, I did not. I've thrown up on her face. Such a great friend.
I used to do coffee with Bailey's.
My sister-in-law loves Bailey's.
Just a little bit of coffee, like that much coffee, and the rest Bailey's.
I usually do tea I like it with lemon and honey. Sometimes I do it without the honey.
Lemon and whiskey.
Whiskey?
In my mouth.
So let me tell you, I used to drink 7 and 7s because
I like 7 and 7.
My stepmother drank 7 and 7s, right? So I thought I was cool. Got myself a bottle of Seagram 7. Went to my friend Willie's down at Castle Rock at the time. So drunk that I had alcohol poisoning. My father had to nurse me back. Jen says in my mouth. Yes, I threw up in her mouth. It wasn't intentional.
Did she throw up too? Because I would have. I would have hurled.
We were driving, and my window was down, and her window was down, and she thought it was raining. But I was puking. So it was going out the window and coming back in the window to her mouth. And she thought it was raining.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
You know she's a real friend. She still loves me.
Oh, shit.
I can't. We're never gonna live that one down, Jennifer.
You have to have a reunion now.
No way. No way.
Mm-hmm.
That's because I drank too much too fast and I didn't have anything to eat.
Was that sage or are you smoking a cigarette?
No, it's a payload stick.
Smoke it.
No, it's supposed to put out good vibes, happiness.
I was
It's
so
like,
hot
oh,
from dancing that I
sends
thought it
things
was
like it gives out sweet.
read what Jen just wrote.
You were so hot from dancing that you thought it was refreshing. What was the song, Jen? The next
Until I
song.
figured out
The
that what the
next
hell it was.
song, we are on it. We're on that dance floor. I don't give a shit what song it is. And guess what song it was?
What?
It was an R. Kelly song.
Stick it up your butt.
Stick it up my butt. Lit or not lit?
Lit. Now you can say you have a hot hole. Bump and grind.
That night was oh my God, that night was classic. She said, Sheri, the next song that comes on, we're dancing to. I said, all right, let's go. All of a sudden we hear, I don't see nothing wrong with a little bump and grind. I said, let's go, girl. She said, oh, out of all songs, bump and grinds.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
That shit was hysterical. Poor thing. And then I threw it in her mouth.
Hey, you must remember, maybe you don't because you're old, but remember what bar was it that we used to go to that was God. One side was a restaurant, the other side was the dance hall, dancing and bar. I think it was in Narragansett or
Ponchos.
Yeah, pontoons. I was the only Ponchos, yes, ponchos. Okay. I don't know if you remember, but I was the only one that got kicked out when I wasn't even drinking because I tripped over the freaking step.
Who was the bouncer? Chris?
Yeah, I think it was.
Somebody. He didn't know you. He must not have known you were with us.
But yeah, she's like running around, so I went through the restaurant and came back in.
There is nowhere to dance.
No.
There's nowhere to dance anymore.
No, because of this fucking coronavirus.
But even before that, we kept losing the places that we had to get together and jam to.
Yeah.
So then we had to either drive to Providence, Newport, or Connecticut.
Connecticut, at least.
You didn't want to drink and drive, so you had to stay over. And
that's the best. Bring the party back up to the room afterwards. Yeah.
I don't know if we have, but I just never remember that part.
Yeah, we have, because that's where I saw, hello, Sheri.
Oh, I'm sorry, I can't remember.
Exactly. That's called Blackout Sheri.
From a long time ago, Sheri.
It's going to be next year, my birthday, again, Sheri.
So where do you want to celebrate your birthday if we're allowed to celebrate?
I'm going somewhere where I don't have to drive afterwards, and probably the casino. Because I know I can get rooms for a very good price.
Jen wants to know how old you are.
I'm not saying. Girls don't tell their age. I'm 34. I'm gonna be 35
Next year, in
next year,
2021.
in 2021,
And your birthday is in what month?
August.
You're a Leo.
No,
You're not.
I'm a Virgo.
Oh, so you're towards the end of August.
Mm-hmm.
So you shine.
What?
You shine. You bring your lantern out.
Yeah, I'm a Virgo. My pussies are sleeping.
What does
How
that
old are
mean?
you,
Don't
Jen?
Jen's a week older than me.
And you are, I hate always guessing a woman's age. 39.
I would like to be.
I
You're
think,
only as young as you feel.
yeah, Jen, okay, you're 27. Yeah, probably. I'm trying to be nice.
He said, I'm trying to be nice.
You probably 27 about 15 years ago. Did I get it right? You're doing the math. I can see it in your eyes. Older? He's like, hey, I'm being nice. I love both of you guys, so I have to be nice. There's no way in hell you're over 44.
No, you're hitting it right on the dot.
Okay. Did I hit it right on the dot?
You were kind of getting nervous there for a minute because you're like, I know if they see me, this conversation is still gonna happen. Just gonna be like, you thought I was how old, boy?
I said 39.
If you're not limping, she's gonna make sure you are. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, honey, you'd probably turn me on if you did.
What else is going on?
A bunch of nothing. Did you hear the governor's putting restrictions for 2 weeks after Thanksgiving?
Yes, I did, sir.
She's closing down everything, right? Isn't it?
No, not everything. There are still some things that are open.
Like you? Not that way. I didn't mean it that way, but I meant like
I'm
your
open like 7-Eleven.
I'm open like the A&W stand. Yeah, I miss those. They need to open those back up.
The what? What?
Remember the old A&W like stands, like food places where you could go to eat food?
I don't know where there is to go anywhere nowadays. There's like nowhere to go anywhere.
So A&W restaurants were like, you know how Sonic is? They're on like rollerblades and everything like that. Well, A&W's is
You
just
don't
like
want to know what I was thinking when you started talking about that.
Yeah, I do. I want to. What?
No.
Please, come on.
I know. You said rollerblades.
It took me a second.
What do you have in your cup?
Nothing no more. I cut myself off after 3.
Oh.
I'm a good boy.
Well, you're not going anywhere.
Yeah, but I have to deal with asshole if I drink too much.
Oh.
My honey, he's not an asshole. Yes, he is, but I love him.
What is it about assholes that, make them so attractive?
It's his front side.
There's so many ways you could answer that, and I don't like that.
Everybody's leaving us.
Personality-wise!
You meant his personality-wise? Hey, I like my men tall, slender, and long.
Long duck.
Long Duck Donald.
Oh, it's been a long week.
Oh, that's right. You don't have to work tomorrow. Or do you have the delivery?
Nope, no deliveries tomorrow. I gotta do some cleaning though. I promised myself that I would do something to the house every
Blow it
day,
up.
every weekend. What?
You said do something in the house, blow it up. You don't have to worry about doing it.
No.
Oh, no. Throw it all into your kids' room and say they have to clean their room.
I say that every day.
No, I'm literally saying everything that you need to pick up everywhere, throw it all in your kids' room and make them clean their room.
Doesn't work with them.
You want to use my cane?
Want to use your cane? No, I have my own cane.
I know yours is
I
a big...
have a couple of Hemi walkers. I have canes.
I know yours is all made out of wood.
Well, that's my African cane. But I have my dad's Hemi walkers. I still have to go through and get rid of his stuff.
Don't want to right now, do you?
Well, it's kind of like you start going through one area, then it turns into another area, and then it looks worse than it did before you even started.
Oh, yeah, I know that.
Yeah. But, so I gotta make a work phone call in a few minutes.
Yeah, and I gotta go pee.
Oh, that's wonderful. You
And
just keep it all out in the open.
And then I'm gonna go speed up the old man and smack his balls.
I enjoyed our conversation, and honestly, Timmy, I appreciate you being open, and I want you to know that if you ever need me, I'm here, okay?
I know, but I wouldn't have been open if it was anybody else I didn't know for...
I know, but this is live on the internet. Other people are watching. You know
what's anybody gonna say that I haven't heard before?
Okay, and I'm gonna put it on my YouTube and blog about it. So
You're gonna stick me in your YouTube?
I'm gonna put you on my YouTube.
Yeah, I knew you would.
And put you on there. So I appreciate you for doing that because it takes a lot of courage to get up here and speak about it. And I know sometimes we can speak about it in small groups and small conversations, but to know that I'm actually gonna put it out there, I just appreciate you for that.
Oh, I'm not like that, stuff like that. I've been doing that for talking like about my sexuality and stuff like that for years. And my other thing, it's yours. Like, you're gonna let somebody post anything negative on it, you're gonna be like deleting it and giving them a piece of your mind. So that's my thought on that one. But it's you. I'd do anything for you. I'd do anything for Jen or Nancy or anybody in my close immediate family that I care about.
Okay.
So I gotta go pee. And then, like I said,
right.
I want to
have a good night. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching Sheri's Dreamcatcher.
Everybody needs to get a freaking cup.
Put a little rainbow in your life.
Damn straight.
Love you.
Bye. Love you too. Bye.